Hello everyone and welcome back to another AFK journey video. In this video I wanted to talk about my AFK stage pushing progress thanks to getting TASI to Mythic Plus. So the first important point is that, like I showed you in yesterday's video, there are a lot of TASI teams in the records of AFK talent stages using a Lightbearer comp. If you just take a look here, 3 Lightbearer heroes giving the buff tiles to Rowan and TASI, and then TASI can get pretty much permanent uptime of her ultimate casting along with her shadow, keeping the enemies hypnotized and dealing a lot of damage as well. So this is a really effective team and has allowed me to push more AFK stages, like almost 50 AFK stages compared to yesterday. And I can even probably push a little bit more, which we're going to do on the video today. So that makes TASI actually a useful hero, and the good thing is you don't have to get her to Supreme Plus. I've been able to push all these stages and copy the record formations using her only at Mythic Plus, or basically she's upgraded to Supreme because I had the acorns to get it to Supreme for a little bit of more stats, but Mythic Plus plus 10 exclusive equipment is pretty much all you need because a lot of her damage comes from her Shimmering Dust with the penetration at a plus 10 exclusive equipment upgrade. So I would consider that kind of important. But you don't need to get it to Supreme Plus. And this is really cool. It has allowed me to push stages. And basically now I have 2 good teams for the talent stages. I have the Lightbearer TASI team. And I have the Wilder Iron Almas team. And before I kind of was getting a little bit stuck because a lot of the teams would rely on one Celestial Hypogean team with like Forester, Scarlita, Taline, because that's really strong for talent stages, and my Taline is not built up yet, and it's going to be ages until I can get Taline built. She's only at Epic Plus, so this has allowed me to like kind of have 2 really good talent stage pushing teams, along with sometimes you can do like the Smoky Mauler team, which is sometimes used, but these are the 2 main teams which are used, and that's really cool. Now, I do not think TASI is a must-have, and so for example, if you haven't recruited for her yet, there's no need to recruit for her, but this is just a cool usage of her, and if you are really a fan of pushing AFK stages, then she's going to help you with that, and help you by quite a bit, honestly. So I'm really impressed that she has been so good for those talent stages. Okay, and Mythic Plus an exclusive equipment is the amount of investment you'll need, and gradually, like when she comes off raid up recruitment, you can get her from your all hero or raid up or epic recruitment wishlist, and you can even swap her with an S level ticket for another hero in the future after you've used her if you want to, or you can just keep her. Okay, so let's go ahead and begin some AFK stages. So definitely the talent stages are much more fun using the TASI teams, and when you look at them, they use any random array of Lightbearer heroes. You can use pretty much any Lightbearer heroes. You just have to have Rowan at least, TASI, and then 2 other Lightbearer heroes. Sometimes Lucius Temesia, sometimes Corrin is used, sometimes Faye or even Walker are used. And even though my Faye is not Supreme Plus, I think we'll be fine to copy this team formation. So let's begin with the TASI team just to show it in action. It's so much fun with the resonating spell as well to charge up her energy a little bit more and give her an attack buff each time she casts ultimate. It's really strong with this Lightbearer comp. So there goes the first ultimate, and now her shadow should be casting her ultimate, and then she's just going to dream dance back and forth with 0 cooldown with the added penetration to deal more damage. Rowan charges up the energy again, another cast of TASI's ultimate, and just as the opponents are waking up, TASI casts ultimate again. And the thing is, the shadow clone, which moves right after TASI if we slow it down, goes like exactly 2 or 3 seconds after TASI's ultimate, which is exactly what you need to like make sure the hypnotization doesn't wear off, because it lasts for exactly 3.5 seconds. And now look at this, 56 seconds left and the opponents are practically dead. And this is, I mean, this is a second stage of AFK talent stage, so this is the easier of the 2 stages, but still, we're at a pretty high level deficit, and TASI's making this seem so easy, right? And so this is really the home for TASI. Unfortunately, regular PvP arena was not working for her, but this is like, she does so well on these AFK stages, and even at Mythic Plus or Supreme with the acorns. Okay, we'll have to try to push through this stage 1, and then we can go on to the next stage, which probably is going to have a TASI team too. Basically, almost every stage I've seen has TASI being used. In the regular AFK stages, even there people use TASI a lot, but I'm not convinced that TASI is necessarily better than Arden for like the standard Iron crowd control team, because I think Arden still has more crowd control than TASI because of the Entangling Vines on one ability, and then Ulcer's ultimate cast, which will inflict the Entangling Vines. But yeah. So, but Tosi is used a lot in the regular stages as well. So I'm just overall happy and relieved because I really wanted Tosi to be useful somewhere and reach her potential, because her kit is amazing, but it's just that her energy generation is really delayed, and so you need a lot of support to allow her to cast her ultimate. But then once she gets going, she's done. Yeah, like look at this. Now the second team is a Talene team, and yeah, I don't have Talene, but maybe we could make do without Talene. And sometimes even the Talene teams, I've managed to run them even with my Epic plus Talene, and they work because like Smokey is really here to kill everyone. Oh, but all of these have the Celestial Hypogean faction tiles, so I might not be able to clear the second team. But just again to show you an example of the first team in action, we will do this, and I'll maybe just try to do the Iron control team on the second team. Yeah, and now this is the first stage, so this is going to be even more difficult than the previous one we watched, because the first stage of AFK talent stages are the more difficult ones. But I'm sure Tosi is going to have no problem. She just needs to cast her ultimate. There we go. Rowan needs to survive, and he does. And now it should just be pretty much permanent lockdown. And especially when all the enemies are grouped up close to you, Rowan's ultimate and Shadow Rowan's ultimate are pretty much guaranteed to hit onto the Tosi, so Tosi cannot dodge them with like her Dream Dance. Because sometimes Tosi runs to the back line far away from your Rowan, and then she can dodge the Rowan ultimate with her Dream Dance. Okay, so Tosi went down there, which was unfortunate, but she cast her ultimate probably just in time. We might have to repeat this stage. Yeah, we might have to repeat this stage. Doesn't look like the damage will be enough, but things go crazy in the end. Like, sometimes it looks like you're not going to be able to clear it in time, but then Tosi just kicks into overdrive. But let's see. Looks like we might not be able to get it done here. But yeah. But don't worry, because it is about the RNG. Because you might be thinking, oh, it's because our Tosi is in Supreme Plus, our Tosi is in plus 15 exclusive equipment. But that is not really the case. It's just about the RNG of the run, because I've had runs that ended up like this even after the full time. But then I tried it a couple more times, and it ended up clearing it. Okay, so we're trying a different formation with Walker instead of the Corrin. And the positioning now seems potentially better. Hopefully we can just keep them permanently locked down with the ultimate of Tosi. That is really important. Because I think as soon as they start taking some turns, or they're not hypnotized, they start healing themselves. Like at this rate, we're going to kill them. So hopefully we just need to keep them permanently locked down. So yeah, you can mix and match. You can try different combination of light bear heroes depending on whatever the formations are, or you can experiment yourself. Now it looks like we're going to get it done, right? Awesome. Okay, cool. So yeah. Overall, Tosi, and we're going to take a look at the damage chart at the end, but it is all Tosi. If we can see the damage chart, or no, we have to complete both stages before we can see it. Okay, now my second team, yeah, this is not looking good at all. We're going to have to go for the Iron team, because I don't know if even the Iron team would be good enough, because I don't have my 2 buff tiles for Celestial Hypogean. Otherwise, I could run this team, and it would be pretty good to run this team, but we unfortunately do not have enough to get double buff tiles for everything, and I wanted to have Graveborn for the Legend Trial Tower. But yeah, Celestial Hypogean is pretty useful for AFK stages. Okay, so we have Iron, Almis, Arden. We'll go for Chimisia for more lockdown, and then Carolina as the final hero. We can have these guys on the buff tiles. Should be fine. We might have to repeat the stage a few times, but let's see what happens. Okay, we need to keep them permanently locked down. Shakir is pretty annoying. I mean, this is stage 2 of the talent stages, so it should be a little bit easier to clear. Like, yeah, we're really just bursting through them with the damage, but as soon as Shakir casts his ultimate, that becomes a problem for us. So we might have to repeat this, and like, there's one thing we can do is we can do on like manual at the beginning, and then have Iron control everyone. If we just have it like this. Yeah, sometimes this can make a difference by having a late cast of Iron ultimate, having them all grouped up like this. Now we just need to permanently lock them down, not let Shakir cast ultimate, and then we're gonna get the clear. Oh no, they spread out. That's the problem. We don't want them spreading out like that. We want them permanently up together. Like, I mean, we're dealing a lot of damage, but Shakir is gonna be the last man standing, and I don't know if we're gonna be able to deal with him, because in wolf form he's so tanky. He's difficult to kill. Okay, Carolina, you need to do some work. Maybe we can do it, right? We should be able to do it from this point. He has a lot of life drain, but yeah, we have the damage with the Tie Call spell. Yeah. The second stage of talent stage is usually not going to give you much trouble as long as you have a decently built up team. And then now you can either use the TASI Lightbearer team, which normally is the case for the first stage, and then just be good to go. Okay, let's do one final one in the regular AFK stages to show that she's also pretty useful here. But again, like, I feel like Arden would just be better than her in this team. I'm not sure, but what was the level of everyone? Yeah, we should be able to handle this. I mean, they had Paragon 3, but we have quite a big level advantage over them. Oh, maybe one advantage of Tosi is like right there. For example, we had Arden in the back, he would just get killed. But Tosi becomes invincible because of Fluttering Dream. That could be one advantage. Caroline needs to not die here. Okay, perfect. Caroline survives with just a bit of health. Now, hopefully that's going to be enough, because this guy is going to wake up, and then yeah, he's going to kill Carolina. So I don't know if we're now going to have the damage to finish this off. Might have to repeat the stage until we can get the Carolina to not die. Probably that's what we'd have to do. Yeah, I don't think Tosi alone without the Lightbearer buff tiles or anything will be enough. I think for this stage, let's go ahead and take a look at the replay and see what they are doing, like the ordering of everything. So they delay the Iron Ultimate like we were doing, and they kind of group all 4 of them up, or maybe even all 5 of them up when they all come into range. And then from this point on, it's just auto casting and permanent lockdown. Yeah, so it's basically going to be the same, but you just need to keep running until Carolina doesn't die. And even here, Carolina almost died, so it's really, really close. But then Tosi casts Hypnotization at the perfect time again, right before Carolina dies, and then they just permanently lock down with Iron, Almus, and Temesia. Yeah, so this will take some RNG, but basically that shows you the potential in the regular AFK stages as well. So overall, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I just wanted to show you that Mythic plus Tosi is all it really takes. And if you have the Acorns, getting into Supreme for a bit of bonus stats and plus 10 exclusive equipment, and you're going to be able to push these stages. If you don't have enough, for example, Temporal or Tidal Essence to get it to plus 10, then I don't think she'll be very effective at pushing. I think a lot of her damage is really from the penetration she gets from her Shimmering Dust, the 40 extra penetration when dealing damage to hypnotize enemies, because that deals a big portion of her damage. And so that's pretty important, as well as the stats she will gain by upgrading to plus 10 exclusive equipment. And even plus 5, the haste from 70 to 100 I don't think is a big deal, but I think the stats and the penetration are pretty important. So that's another thing to keep in mind. So the results might be underwhelming if you do not get her to Mythic Plus, first of all, and if you don't get her to plus 10 exclusive equipment. So that's the other thing. If you're not able to do that, then probably hold off on her, at least for right now, and see. So anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. I'll hopefully see you guys in the next video. If you want to talk to me more, ask me any questions, you can join my AFK Journey Discord server. There's a link to that in the description of this video, and I check that regularly and try to respond to you. And so I'm looking forward to chatting with you there. But thanks for watching guys. I'll see you in the next video, and until then, everyone, peace out for now.